On the bed, she just moved. Oh, you just missed it. So yeah, that was the intro to King's Quest: The Silver Lining. And here we have another loading screen, but it went away pretty quick, but... Alright, so a nice little thing about this part here is that if you stand here too long, these guard dogs will actually start to talk to one another, and their dialogue is hilarious. I don't think I actually have enough... I don't really want this video to go on for too long, but I'm not going to stand around and actually wait for it, but sometime if you ever play the game, you need to just stand there and wait and listen to what they say, because they are extremely funny. So let's go ahead and look at these portraits here, just for a bit of exposition.
Cosima's parents, Alaria and Caliphin. Graham unfortunately did not have the chance to meet with them on this occasion. The Queen was called away to visit a close childhood friend who had recently become very ill and could not attend the wedding. Cosima expressed her mother's profound apologies and invited the Daventry family to visit another time when Alaria would not be away, and so beset with worry. What a lovely portrait of Alexander and Cosima. The painter must have been extra kind with Alexander, because there are no signs of the slight unease that usually haunts his eyes. Instead, he looks as happy and as handsome as ever. Graham wishes his son were so carefree more often.
And not in a coma.
There was a time when the guards of the castle were human.
But then they were bitten by werewolves.
The statue was raised in the name of one of Saladin's ancestors, the first dog to become guard for the Castle of the Crown. He performed so well that Cosima's ancestors started recruiting more dogs for the job, until it became a tradition.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and enter King Graham's room. There's a few things we need to do in here, and actually the most important things in the entire game, so we're just going to go ahead and get those over with. These here are King Graham's clothes from his previous adventures in previous King's Quest games. You notice a little Yankee Doodle hat and some Robin Hood style clothes there. So we're just going to go ahead and put those on. And this actually kind of reminds me of The Legend of Zelda, where you switch out your clothes on your hero. Even though you can't actually wear your original clothes in this game, it still has kind of a Zelda-ish feel to it.
Time to journey once more.
Another thing in this room here is that this chest, in video games it's almost a golden rule that you should always look inside chests. A lot of Sierra games, in fact one Sierra series in particular, Quest for Glory, had it to where you store items instead of taking items out. So I think this chest here, storing Graham's items, is kind of an homage to that. Maybe not, but I think it is.
Inside, Graham finds some gold coins stamped with the insignia of the Green Isles, which Alexander gave him upon their arrival.
These will surely come in handy.
Perhaps we can bribe some government officials. Wait, I am a government official. I'm the king. Oh, it must be a sack of bribes. Oh, let's look in this mirror here. Mirrors in adventure games always have something good.
Valanice, Cosima, and the maids dressed Rosella in this room. Graham remembers how she looked at herself in the mirror.
That just looks wrong.
Breathtakingly beautiful in her splendorous white wedding gown.
King Graham, magical hermaphrodite. Alright, so we're going to go out here and I'm going to show off something that really frustrated me the first time I played this game. This one little coin here. Even though we just got a sack full of coins, this one little coin is extremely important to be able to continue the game. Now, when I first played the game, I was wandering around for a long time trying to figure out where to go. Finally, I got so stuck, I had to consult a walkthrough, and apparently this one little coin is what I was missing, and I was so frustrated at that. The music is also a nice touch in this game. It's very subtle when it needs to be and very dramatic when it needs to be, so props to the composer for that. The sound effects are also very nice. Once in a while, if you walk around inside this castle, you'll hear thunder rumbling even inside these walls. And I think that was a nice atmospheric touch. So you can't go in either of these two doors, so we're going to go ahead and go in here. What dangers await us out here? So we're going to go ahead and go to the crime scene, see if we can pick up any clues about the mysterious cloaked stranger. So basically it's kind of like CSI Fairy Tale Edition. Another thing I want to point out here is these stairs. If you go up them, which you'll probably be tempted to do, you'll see some doors up there. All they do is lead around the balcony up top, and they really lead nowhere, and there's really nothing up there to do. There's like one funny thing, and that's it. So if you want to do everything in the game, sometime when you're playing, go ahead and do it if you want, but mostly it's just a waste of your time and a red herring. So we have to go over here and pick up this cloak, and I don't think you can not pick it up. I think if you even could, it would make a cutscene later on look really silly and inconsistent. So I'm pretty sure you have to pick this cloak up. And it kind of begs the question, who leaves their cloak behind? Does that mean the sorcerer is naked now? I mean...
Guards! Guards!
Shut up. Okay.
Though not sure what good it will do to have just the cloak of the stranger in his hands, Graham takes the garment into his possession.
I think it'd be kind of cool if you could wear that later in the game, in one of the later episodes, in like a puzzle or something where you have to disguise yourself as the bad guy. I think that would make a neat puzzle. So these two guys are the fairy's parents, and the fairy is the groom. The groom is actually a fairy, and these are his parents. So you can talk to them, but they don't give you any interesting information, so I'm just going to skip that in this Let's Play. Another thing you can do, I'm going to show this off just really quick, is you can sit on these two, there are two benches in the game you can, stop it, two benches in the game you can sit on. What purpose does this serve? Absolutely nothing.
Hey, now stop slacking, you. Well, you have a family to save and a huge evil to fight. And I'm not going to stand around here and wait until you're done taking a breather.
Well, if you just let me talk,
I mean, kings these days, they don't
Foghorn Leghorn narrator. Oh yeah, well your face looks like a collapsed sun and you fight like a dairy farmer. So yeah, basically all this is basically just sitting here and watching Graham slowly age and die. Well, not literally, but yeah. So again, another waste of your time. Not that it's a bad touch or anything, it's just a waste of your time. So now that I have the cloak, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. His walk is so... It looks so... King Graham of Faggotry! But yeah. So if you try to walk towards... this way toward the screen, there's another really bad glitch with his walking. If you look, see... Look at this. It's just a little... King Graham the Limp! He has this little slide here where he's just moving himself along with one foot and kind of sliding along the ground by doing that. In fact, what does that remind me of? That reminds me of something. And it's really hard to avoid doing this too, but what does that remind me of? Oh, I know what that reminds me of.
When me and my friends go out in the town, we can't sit still, we can't sit down. We don't like to fight and we don't like to scuffle, but we dance all night doing the curly shuffle. Hey Mo,